Well, in our last segment, we talked about Pluto as the matriarch, the tail that wags the dog, the controller. Whether she's living or not, it does not matter. This is the lineage being passed down through her. And the matriarch has incredible power. Think of the matriarch in your family and the power she has. Now, sometimes the matriarch can be quite loving. I'm talking about most people. And the matriarch is not necessarily loving for most people. And this is why we want to release the control that the matriarch has over us unknowingly. We don't know that. I'm telling you, because I've read it in people's charts. Oh gosh, probably for the last 40 years. And I've been an astrologer since 1966. I started studying then. So let's talk about Pluto in the 5th house. Now, the 5th house is children, and it's fun and games, and it's creativity. And with Pluto there, your creativity is stifled. You cannot let loose. Because if you let loose totally and completely. It's all or nothing with Pluto. You either obey what she's telling you or you're out of here. There's a threat involved with controllers and their messages. Now, not everybody has this situation to that extreme, probably because through the other family members, we've been, told how we have to perform, what we have to do. Pluto in the 5th house. Well, that rules our children. And so there's a very strong message to control your children. Well, that doesn't work. The catch-22 is that your children, primarily the first child, is in control of himself or herself, holds themselves back, holds themselves in control. She's gotten to your kid, is what I'm saying. In addition, your child may be the reincarnation of that tail that wags the dog and thinks that he or she does make the rules and rules through control. And you may find that you are restricted in the expression of love, in the expression of your creativity, until you do it all the way or nothing. So my suggestion is release the need to be in control. You know what happens? She loses control over you. And you can soar and be born again and totally transform the lives of your children. Now, quite a difference, huh? Pluto in the 6th house. You got to have control over your work. It's that simple. She says, be the controller at work, but she's controlling you. And, excuse me, when we are controlled, we find with Pluto in the 6th that there is a part of our body that isn't functioning really well because control constricts. And what she's telling you is be in control on the job, be in control of your health, but she's the one who's controlling it. How do you know? Because on the job, there's always somebody who's in control of you. There's a war, there's a struggle. So when you give up the need to be in control and simply take charge, that's how you transform. They lose power over you. Simple. Pluto in the 7th, interesting. Everybody has control over you. The world. In your one-on-one relationships, you will find that you attract to you a controller. But who's really controlling your partnerships? The message you received from the tail that wags the dog. And this means that she will be the person that you are subconsciously looking for in your relationships. First of all, you can blame her. You don't want to blame anybody because that means you're not taking responsibility. Refer to my shows on Saturn for responding to your ability. So Pluto in the 7th house, she makes the rules for your relationships. You will attract to you people who tend to be in control of themselves, and you will be drawn to them to be controlled. It's a vicious circle, and all you have to do is take charge, and you are free. Because you're not worried about being in control. They can't get you. And Pluto in the 8th house is probably the most powerful placement for it. Pluto rules the 8th house in the natural zodiac, which is Scorpio. And the power and control of the matriarch is enormously stronger in her own house. There is a need to be in control of all emotions, all areas that deal with other people's money. With the psychic, Pluto in the 8th really wants to know the secrets of life. Well, what are those? Where we come from, where we go when we leave here. Pluto in the 8th can be manipulative because we're being manipulated. And with her manipulating us, we are vulnerable to other people manipulating us. And this is why with Pluto in the 8th, you want to get to the truth of what is going on. Be the psychic detective that Pluto in the 8th has given you the ability to be. Now, it's very important when you're dealing with power and control that you come from love. And that is the beauty of the 8th house.